Brian, this is Alex from RI Mobile DJ Services. I'm about 18 years old. I just wanted to respond to your YouTube video quickly about 18 and under DJs. I got started probably November of last year. Around this time last year, I did a homecoming for my senior high school. I was a senior, and it was kind of a nerve-breaking dance. I didn't use any of my own equipment because I didn't own any at the time, but I do have a big background in multimedia and lighting, so I thought it would be cool to do a school dance. And when they offered me homecoming, I was slightly nervous about it, but it came out it came out very good, and the students were very happy with it. I played for over 400 students, and for my first gig, it was pretty impressive. As for some of the gigs we're doing, my partner Andy and I, he's also graduated in my class, but we're pretty good friends, so he's in on the DJ and stuff as well as I am. Both of us have a background in multimedia. Him and I have been quite involved in drama club and whatnot for a long time, within high school and junior high. I also work for an ABC affiliate locally, so I have a big background in multimedia. That's why I got into DJing, because I like it. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's kind of like being on stage. The kind of gigs we're doing, mostly school stuff recently, but we're looking to get into weddings and whatnot. But because we haven't done any, we'd like to maybe shadow some local guys and see what they do for a wedding. I don't want to go into somebody's wedding and totally ruin it because I have no idea what I'm doing. Where did I learn the skill of DJing? Well, nobody ever really officially taught me how to DJ. It just kind of something I picked up over the years from going to junior high and senior high dances, watching different DJs, and I joined drama club in junior high school, so again, I do have that multimedia background, and I like it. It's fun, and it's kind of always something I wanted to do, is DJ a dance. I had no idea they were going to give me homecoming when I first started out. That was not, expected at all. I was expecting a little, Friday night dance where, people show up and have a good time. But, I got one of the biggest dances of the year. I never learned how to DJ. I just sort of picked it up and learned from my own experiences, reading from the guys on DJ Chat and watching some YouTube videos. Another question I know you had was where we got our gear from. Well, homecoming that Andy and I did, we didn't own our own gear, but we enjoyed it so much. I went out on Craigslist the next day, and with the money I made from the gig that we had done, or the homecoming gig, I went and bought my own equipment. Granted, it was small, and yeah, I probably overpaid for what I got out of it, but it was a start, and it was something to get us going for, backyard parties, etc. All my gear that I've bought from, when I first started out up until now, it's all been paid for by me. I've worked, if I want a new piece of gear, I go out there and work for it. I don't ask mom and dad for anything. It's all paid for by me. Are we making money at it? Yes and no, but just as much money as we pull in, we spend out on new equipment and advertising. Every gig out, we always find something else we could use or would like, or something to make our job a little easier. So it kind of evens out. Like, all of our equipments are always been paid for with cash, like from Guitar Center or online. I'll pay it off right away. So it's all paid for. So we're not losing anything at it, but it's kind of breaking even with it. As far as getting to and from gigs, I made the mistake of buying a 4-door sedan, so we kind of use my parents' minivans. They both my mom and dad drive minivans, or Andy has a truck we use when they're not available. And as far, since we've been doing it, we've always been of legal driving age, so pretty much we drive ourselves there, but my dad does tag along once in a while to help out, so we have an extra set of hands. Sometimes it's nice to have that third person to help us set up, especially for big gigs like prom, winter ball, etc. Both very big dances around here. Might tag along for homecoming, but that's at our alma mater high school, so we kind of know what we have to work with there. As a piece of advice to anybody else interested in DJing in the 18 and under category, I would definitely say your high school is the best place to go. Work with your administration, work with your class council, work with your class advisor. That's kind of what Andy and I did to get us started, and now even after we've graduated, we're still doing gigs at our high school. When they gave us homecoming, we were very shocked and very nervous about it because we had never done it. But we worked with our class council. We figured out what they wanted to hear. We had decent equipment. The school, provided us with equipment to do the gig because they already had it, and Andy and I both knew the equipment from drama club, so we were allowed to use it. One of my buddies gave us some lights to use. Very simple, but the kids loved it. Our very first gig, which again was homecoming, I know I keep talking about it, but it was probably one of my favorite gigs ever. Next to prom last year, that was pretty awesome. I'll get to that in a minute. One of my buddies gave us some little lights, and we played for over 400 kids, and the school's a small school, so that's the type of gig that's going to make you or break you. Come Monday morning, people could be like, oh my god, who was that DJ? He was awful. We had kids coming up to us that we normally don't, we wouldn't have said anything to in the hallway because, we just didn't know them. And people were coming up, like, you guys DJ'd homecoming last night. Great job. You're like the best DJ our school's ever had. So that made Andy and I feel really good. It was really cool. We did all of the dances and functions for our senior class this year. We got to DJ on the Bay Queen, which was a local cruise. That was for our senior banquet. We DJ'd our senior prom, which some of our friends thought we were nuts, but accepted us for it because we did a superb job at it. It was so awesome. Kind of felt bad for my date, but she was a friend of mine, so it's okay. She knew that we were DJing going into it, so she was cool with it, which is awesome. Check with your school. Talk with your administrator. Talk with your class council. See what they want. If they know you and know that you know your stuff, even if you haven't necessarily had a chance to DJ, like my class council and Andy's class council, obviously the same class. They knew that we were involved with drama. We've produced rock shows. We've run rock shows. We've run sound and lighting for rock shows and talent shows. So they knew we knew the equipment, and they kind of weren't as afraid of us not knowing stuff or messing it up. So it ended up becoming a very good dance, and it has been, it's a great hobby. I like it, and right now that's kind of what it is more of a hobby than an actual job. Both of us still do have day jobs that we work. This is more of it's a night weekend type job that we do. We're actually getting ready for a homecoming this weekend up at our high school again, so to mark the 1-year anniversary that we've been DJing. So another piece of advice I would have to say to DJs is know your equipment. Know it, play with it, use it before you go out on a gig. Anyway, I have to go get ready for work. I got some gear I gotta go through. Practice and enjoy.